If Carmelo Anthony does not get signed by the Brooklyn Nets, then I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but no team in the league is probably going to sign Carmelo Anthony. I just think that's what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to the It channel, man. The It Factor, man. It is your boy Lewis, and I'm once again back with another banger with yet another video on the Lewis LBF BWN news, man. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys know the deal, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure to like the video. Make sure that your notifications are turned on to keep receiving the latest content from me. As always, man, make sure to share the video and make sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys think on the video, man. Truly appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are reports. There's a report on Bleacher Report by Shams. Let me get this right again. By Shams Charania. So shout out to Shams on Bleacher Report that the Brooklyn Nets are most unlikely to sign Carmelo Anthony. I mean, damn, I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't Carmelo just work out with the Brooklyn Nets? And a lot of the players on the Brooklyn Nets were pushing the Nets to sign Carmelo. In particular, the two Ks, the two leaders on the team, and Kyrie and the best player in the world, Kevin Durant. Because Wilson Chandler is on a 25-game suspension. And you're telling me that, look, Joe Johnson, who's an ISO scorer, who's been known as an ISO scorer his entire career, he got signed by the Detroit Pistons, but Carmelo Anthony's not getting signed. What's going on there? As the report continues, it says, despite appearing to be a potential landing spot for Carmelo, the Brooklyn Nets are reportedly very, very unlikely to sign the veteran forward, according to Shams Charania of The Athletic. Frank Isola of The Athletic reported in August that free agent additions, Kyrie and Kevin, they were pushing. That's correct, because as Frank Isola was saying, because he worked for the New York Times, the Brooklyn Nets were pushing for Carmelo Anthony. Players and the two best players in Kyrie and Kevin Durant. I believe DeAndre Jordan was also pushing for Carmelo to be on this team. And the fact that they asked that, I honestly believe that the front office overruled signing Carmelo Anthony. So you're kind of pulling off a Jerry Coangelo, if you ask me, in terms of, well, we want to get the players that we feel like will be best fit for the team. And here's the problem with Carmelo Anthony, okay? I respect Carmelo. Carmelo is one of the greatest offensive players of his generation. He's one of the greatest players to ever play this game. No question about it. The issue is, in today's NBA, Carmelo's style does not fit. Now, am I going to sit here and say that Carmelo's washed up and he can't play anymore? No, Carmelo can still play. The problem is his style of play is not fit for what teams need in the league. And I said it again. Carmelo Anthony, if he still has this Allen Iverson 2.0 mentality that he's better than a lot of stars in the league, they're not going to sign him. And you know what a lot of people have said, that Carmelo was probably better than 70 to 80% of the players in the league, and that the guy deserves to be on a roster. He deserves a roster spot, and I think that he can contribute. Now, I get it. Carmelo is past his prime, but I do believe Carmelo can contribute to a team. I just believe that the issue is that the narrative that's going on is Carmelo's played with a lot of Hall of Famers. He's played with a lot of good players. He just failed as a leader. He chose not to play defense. Because if you remember, ladies and gentlemen, and I know George Karl was selling out his book to try to make some dollars, but at the same time, he said that Carmelo was the best offensive player he ever coached. And I've said this numerous times in what he said. He said the issue that he had with Carmelo was his lack of commitment on the defensive end. He would never really put forth an effort on defense. He said that. And Carmelo, a lot of times, he showed a lack of leadership. And over the years, I kept thinking to myself that, hey, Carmelo is going to win a championship for the New York Knicks if they properly build around him. And let's see what Carmelo can really do. The only one real season he really had was when in 2013, when they built around him, with Jason Kidd, Raymond Felton, they got Prigioni, J.R. Smith. He had, a full season with them. He ended up winning Sixth Man of the Year. They got Amari Stoudemire. They got Kurt Thomas. They have Rasheed Wallace and Marcus Camby, and the Knicks were actually looking good. Tyson Chandler, who was the former Defensive Player of the year prior. So they had a really nice, good little team. And the funny thing is that Carmelo could have signed there as a free agent. But he forced himself out of New York, and especially one of the worst things Carmelo did was listening to his wife Lala because she was pushing him to go to New York for her career. So in a way, she was kind of being selfish on her part. And you look at it. Also, Melo had the opportunity to go to Chicago. He had an opportunity to go to another team. Melo chose to stay in New York. So Melo was about the money. He wasn't about winning. See, now that things have gone wrong in Oklahoma City, which I don't fully blame him, and to me, the Houston situation was not completely his fault. That's Mike D'Antoni, Daryl Morey, and the rest of the team making excuses and just putting the blame on Melo being the scapegoat. So that's not Melo's fault. I don't fault him for that one. So that situation's unfortunate. I mean, he's been traded 3 times in the last 2 years. Remember, he played for the great Atlanta Hawks. I mean, he did a wonderful job that they traded him again to Houston. He wasn't even there for 24 hours. So, but at the end of the day, man, the problem is that Carmelo, again, he's the ultimate culprit because this is on him. And that's what, unfortunately, that sucks, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the problem. As continued in the article, the Nets have 2 roster spots remaining for their training camp roster, but they have 15 players with guaranteed contracts, so would have to release a player to create a roster spot for Anthony. This is kind of weird when I hear this now because people have been looking to sign him. The 35-year-old played 10 games last season as a member of the Houston Rockets before being traded and waived by the Chicago Bulls, only to go unsigned the rest of the year. He has been traded 3 times and waived twice since 2017. Well, I said the Atlanta Hawks, but I meant to say the Chicago Bulls. The funny thing is he should have won in 2014. He had an opportunity to go back in, 2010, 2011, but he chose the money because he wanted to win in New York. So I actually respect him for that one. But this is a major change for a player who's earned 10 All-Star selections, 11 years from 2006 to 2017 with the Denver Nuggets and Knicks. He also made All-NBA 6 times, won a scoring title 1 time. However, he set a career low with 16.2 points per game in his only season with the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2017 and 2018, and was even worse with his short stint with the Rockets at 13 per game. He hasn't appeared in a game since November 8th of 2018. That was actually the 10th game of the season where the Rockets decided to cut him and made an excuse as to say that he couldn't be part of the team because, they wanted to move in a different direction, which just made no damn sense. They were blaming their defensive issues on Carmelo Anthony when that whole team didn't play defense. And did you forget that the Houston Rockets lost Trevor Ariza and Luke Maabute, 2 huge defensive pieces, but they don't want to talk about that. So Melo had to be the scapegoat. But again, despite the recent slide, Anthony has a lot of support from NBA players in addition to Irving and Durant. Melo, as Kyle Kuzma says, is easily better than half the league right now, Kyle Kuzma said, per Arash Markazi of the Los Angeles Times, so I hope I didn't butcher that. There's no question about it. He should be on a team right now. He's still one of the best players. Hopefully he gets an opportunity to be with a team this season because he has a lot to still offer the right team in the right role and the right situation. Dwayne Wade. Keywords, right role, right situation. And that's what Melo needs to look for if he wants to be back in the league. I just said that if the Brooklyn Nets don't sign him, I don't think a team is going to sign him. I really don't. And I'm sorry. Per Sharania speculative fits the Lakers and Knicks have full rosters and also don't plan to sign Anthony. And I know the Laker fans are going, yo, please sign Carmelo Anthony. Please sign Carmelo. If that were to happen, what they're going to say, oh, LeBron James cares about his brother, man. See, he wanted him on the team. But I heard reports saying that he already asked for a request and he was denied. So I think that it's a very dire situation, man. And Carmelo unfortunately, he's in a conundrum. So I just don't know what to tell you, folks. But I just don't think that it's going to happen. And part of the reason is because as good as Carmelo can still play, he's made a lot of poor decisions that's cost him to be out of the league. I don't agree with what happened in Houston. But Carmelo needs to look in the mirror at this point, ladies and say to myself that I will do whatever it takes to help the team win. Yeah, he could go on ESPN and tell you that because he decided to pour his outcry because Stephen A is one of his boys and he had to let it be known on ESPN because Stephen A is going to cap for guys like him, for guys like Kobe. Those are his boys. So whatever inside scoop that he lets him know, he's going to defend them to the team, man. Okay? It's like I love you to the moon and back. That's what he's going to do for those guys. So I said, as much as I would like to see Melo contributing to a team, I just don't see him getting signed by any other team, and not even Brooklyn, the team that he worked out for, is going to sign him. And they're looking like players like C.J. Williams that they're looking at to sign. But I don't understand. You're looking to sign him because he worked out with you, but you just said that you don't have any roster spots open. See what I'm saying? And I'm beginning to think that it's a lot bigger than basketball. And I don't know what's really, really going on, but Melo is getting this kind of treatment, and we just have to find out what the deal is. Hopefully there are more details, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on the situation. And, once again, man, let me know what you guys think on the situation. Do you think that Carmelo deserves to be on the team, and do you think that the Brooklyn Nets are doing him dirty? That even Kevin Durant and Kyrie are asking for him, but the office you think is overruling the decision? So let me know in the comments down below. But you already know, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching on my channel. You already know the deal. Share the content, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the content, as I said again, and comment down below. You already know the deal, man, as always. Live, laugh, love. Thank you for watching. DJ, you already know how we're going to end it, man. We're doing this for Melo. We need Melo back in the league, man. So let's get that petition, man, and let's hit him with another club banger. Sorry, that was bad. Okay, let's try it. Banger.
Does not turn them over. Here's Wade once again with the steal. Throws it. Oh!